And then he said, I can't wait to call someone dad again. I didn't immediately lose it, but that really hit my heart. Long story short, I am a single mom, and my son's father has not been in the picture since my son was very young. He's been gone for so long that it's like I made my son by myself. Today we were sitting in the car and somehow we got on the conversation of like marriage and dad, because I like watching like romantic videos and movies, and my son was just like, I wonder when that's gonna happen for us. Like talking about family. And I always tell him like we're our own family, but I understand what he's saying because I do want that for us too. I want us to have that male figure in our life that is like an amazing role model for him, an amazing partner for me. And then he said, I can't wait to call someone dad again. I didn't immediately lose it, but that really hit my heart.
You know why it really hits your heart? Because at the end of the day, you know for a fact that the man you had the child with was worth a piece. He wasn't worth anything. You had the child, and now as your child gets older, he wants that male role model. He wants that guy that he could say, oh, this is the dad. This is the man that I can look up to. And the sad part about being a stepdad is a lot of stepdads don't get the credit. You know, guys who become stepdads, you see it all the time. You know, you deal with a woman, you go ahead, you make a bond with the child, and as soon as you break up, that bond with the child is lost. I feel bad for the child because, you know, I always wanted my father in my life. My father was never really in my life, but my mother's boyfriend, who they've been together for a long time, he filled that stepfather role pretty good. I mean, even though, you know, he didn't do anything for me financially, but he was kind of like that male figure for me. So I totally understand where your son is coming from.
Stepfathers really don't get the amount of credit that they should. Me and my husband been together since 2014, and when he came into my life, my sons were 2 and 3. Now they're 14 and 15.
Yeah.
And I'm now really just getting to the point where I really respect the position my husband has played over these years. I was doing that thing so blindsided until my husband came around.
You know why she was playing it blindsided? Because she didn't know the importance of her husband in her kid's life. And sometimes when you're in these situations, you don't see it until later on. You're like, man, he just there. He gonna do whatever. But to her, she didn't think about it because he was just doing it. But to a lot of women, they would love to be in your position to have your husband step up and be a stepfather.
But I'm talking little things and turns into bigger things as they get older. And me and my husband was laughing the other day because when he came into the picture with me and my sons, when we would have to pull over to the side of the road for the boys to use the bathroom, before he came in the picture, I would tell them to pull their pants completely down and use the bathroom. So when he came in the picture, he would be looking, and one day he said to me, like, why are they pulling their pants all the way down to use the bathroom? He like, all they gotta do is just unzip their jeans, or like just kind of pull their pants down in the front and just use the bathroom. Their whole, butt is out. And it never dawned on me that it's something so small, but it's big in my eyes because I didn't know. I didn't think of that.
Exactly.
It's just some things that when we're raising our sons, women just don't think about. And those seeds that are being planted when a great stepfather come in and change the dynamic, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and see, the thing about this is that she didn't. Those are the type of things that women don't realize that a man can bring, or a great man can bring into your life, being the role of a stepfather. Because think about it, this man came into your kids' lives when they were really, really young. They were really, really young. So growing up with this man in your kids' lives, you realize that the little things are major things. I can vividly remember dealing with this woman, and we were dealing with each other for about a couple of, few months, but probably about a year, whatever, about a year. And she had like an 8-year-old son. And when I first met her son, there were certain things that he would do, and I would be like kind of questioning, like, why is he doing this or why is he doing that? And then she would get upset. But then I told her, I said, he's doing these things because he hasn't been taught to do the right things. So even though our relationship didn't last long, there were a few lessons that I taught him that to this day, she hits me on Facebook and says, hey man, thanks for doing this for my son because you taught him some right things. And a lot of times men know things more than women. Like if a man, let's say a man is a single father and a woman comes into the father's life and the daughter's life, she could teach the daughter things that you may not know as a father. So, those step parent roles can be important sometimes.
Tell me if I'm tripping or not. It really gives me the ickiest ick when a dude is trying to talk to me and he bring up and he say anything about stepdad. Like, oh my God, that shit makes my skin crawl because why are you thinking about my baby? And I know that's probably like a weird way to think about it, but that's how I feel because it's just like, I'm not looking for a stepdad for my daughter. She has a dad. So okay. What do I need you for when it comes to her? Like if I'm dating, it's just me. You're not going to even know I have a kid. Well, you will because I talk about her all the time. But you're not going to see her. You're not going to interact with her. I'm not going to expect you to buy Pampers. Saying that, dudes, I be confused. Like, I don't know. It just really, ew. It just, I don't know. If I'm tripping, okay. But I really feel like that's just so weird. I mean, and you already trying to be a stepdad. Like, then I be on TikTok. And it just kind of like, nah, bruh. Don't even think about her. Don't even bring her up. Don't talk about her unless nothing. I might be tripping. I don't know.
But she's not tripping. Now, in the early stages of the relationship, child shouldn't be the number one priority. But as time, man, for months at a time, a year at a time, the child is going to come up. It may not come up as time goes on. I'm not going to say get close to your daughter, but bond with your daughter because marrying, he's going to be the stepfather regardless. Now, if y'all been talking for like a couple of months and it didn't go anywhere, I see what you're saying. But if it's a serious relationship and it could grow into a marriage, that man has to know and learn how to adapt and be in your daughter's life. That's something that, is inevitable. You can't escape it. Even if the child has the father in the life, the stepfather is going to be in the child's life if you end up being married or you end up being in a long-term relationship. It is what it is. You can't escape it. Now, him bringing it up early, I agree. It shouldn't happen. I know I've been in relationships with women with kids, and I didn't bring the kids up because at the end of the day, that's not my responsibility. But if we were to be in a long-term relationship or we were to get married, that child has to be a part of the discussion because at the end of the day, we're going to move in together. I'm going to be paying the bills. I'm going to be doing these things for your child, even though the child's father is in that child's life. If we're living together and the child is in our house, that's my responsibility to be a father or stepfather to that child. That's the reason why a lot of guys bring it up, though. But hey, let me know what you think in the comments below. Just don't sit there. Click on the next video. You won't regret it. I promise you.